Welcome to episode 2 of Mustang Mat Chat. I'm Matt Shannon here, and alongside me is Coach Michael Doyle. Had a big week this week. We had South Tama we got a big week coming up, I should say. We have Western Dubuque on Thursday, and then we've got Osage Duels in our home JV tournament coming up on Saturday. Let's recap last week. We wrestled South Tama on Thursday night. How do you think that went?
Yeah, I was really excited to see how the guys would compete. I feel like over Christmas we've made some really good strides. So anytime you're kind of wrestling your own guys and practicing, you know, it gets kind of boring, gets kind of dull. So it's always nice to get out and compete and kind of see where you're at. And I thought we wrestled well against South Tama. On JV level, we went 19-4 in matches. 119. We only lost 4 JV matches the whole night, and then varsity came away with I believe it was a 48-18 dual meet win. So I thought the kids wrestled well. I thought they were aggressive. I thought they were attacking. A lot of things that we talked about over Christmas that we need to do. I feel like my team is starting to do now.
Right, and that was the first meet out of the Christmas break. And then on Saturday, varsity traveled to Benton Community with some JV wrestlers, and then there was also a JV team that participated in Gladbrook-Rhinebeck, which is a varsity tournament.
Yeah, we kind of split our team up a little bit. We have Benton Community has a varsity competition and then a JV competition as well, and then we kind of took like our first group of JV kids to a varsity tournament at Gladbrook-Rhinebeck and wrestled there. So. That's what's nice about having a lot of kids. They get mat time. They're not sitting on the bench. They're not watching. They get to go out and participate. It's also nice to have a lot of coaches so that we can kind of split up and cover that. For example, at Benton Community, there's 6 mats, so it takes a lot of coaches too to kind of spread out and get at one time I think there were 5 JV kids wrestling at the same time. So it takes a lot of people, and Independence program is fortunate enough to have those people. And kids are getting mat time. They come into practice and work hard, and they get to go out and use their skills they're learning in competition.
So overall, Benton Community Independence placed 3rd. Thoughts on that? Yeah,
I thought the varsity did a great job. Like you said, I think it's 16 teams. We got 3rd place. We only wrestled with 13 guys, so we had 13. There's 14 weights, so we're already giving up. Maybe 20, 25 points because we didn't have a guy. And then of the 13 guys, 12 of them scored points. So we had 12 guys place in the top 8. And so I think that's really good. Everybody's contributing. Everybody's putting total, adding to the team score. We had, real quick, we had Matt McMillan, Jake Jewell, and Nicholas Holt all won the tournament. Elliot Ryan and Drew Davis got 3rd, so we have 5 guys there that are kind of leading the charge a little bit. But more importantly, I always look at the last round and kind of see how our team did. And we won, of the 12 matches, we won 8 of them in the last round. So if you think about a tournament, your last round is when you're wrestling, you're supposed to be wrestling somebody that's, as equal as you are. They've had the same record as you've had throughout the day. So that should be really your closest match. And I think looking back and seeing that our team has won 8 of those 12, that means my team's in good shape, that my team's being aggressive, the team's attacking, getting after the opponents, and not being, I'm tired or I'm sore, and they're just going to go out and see what happens. They're going out and creating action, going out and getting after their opponent, and as a result, they're winning. So if they keep doing that, good things are going to happen to this group of guys. The last 3 weeks or so, month, they've been trained really hard. They've been putting in a lot of time, been working really hard, and I think in competition you're starting to see the result of that.
Right, and especially that last round too. There's a lot of points we gained in that last round, also.
Yeah, yep. We're actually in 4th and 5th a lot of the day, and then as the tournament kept going, we kept climbing the ladder. So that's important to keep winning matches and moving forward.
Then the JV team that traveled to Gladbrook, they placed 3rd as well.
Correct. The Gladbrook tournament, there's 8 teams, and they got 3rd in that group of 8. And again, we took 13 kids there and wrestled. So I thought that was really good showing when our JV's beating some varsity teams. We we did have a little bit of a setback. Hunter Crawford broke his nose, is out for a little bit here. But other than that, I think the guys gained some valuable experience. And again, same thing. They work really hard, and it's nice to have the opportunity to go out and show how that hard work's paying off.
Right. And then coming up this week on Thursday, Independence is hosting Western Dubuque, number 8 in Class 3A. And so a little bit bigger, they're a bigger school, Walmart Conference school as well. And they bring a few ranked kids in for, good showdown underneath the spotlight here.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a challenge. On paper, West Dubuque's maybe a little bit ahead of us, placed ahead of us at Battle Waterloo. Got a few guys ranked here and there, and so they got almost every kid on their varsity lineup has a winning record. So yeah, we have our hands full. We have a challenge in front of us. For whatever reason, typically we don't seem to wrestle well against West Dubuque for some reason. The last few times that we've competed against them in years past, we haven't maybe handed out our best performance. So we've talked a little bit about that this week and trying to go out and control what you can control and do what you can do and be aggressive. And if you be aggressive and wrestle hard, there's really not anything else you can do. So as long as each of our kids does that, then I think they're in position for our team to do well.
Yeah, I think the overall record against West Dubuque is 7-14, so hopefully we can add a few more. Series dates back to the 60s, I believe.
Yeah, we want to change that around a little bit. Anytime the team beats us more than we beat them, that's not a good setting with me. So yeah, I mean, and this group's been aware of that, so they know it's not going to be easy. They know the matches are going to be tough and hard fought. Coach Cleary does a good job over at West Dubuque. And like they've been dominating, well, other than Mount Vernon, but they've been kind of beating everybody over on the east side. So you probably have the west side leader, which would be Independence, and the east side leader, which would be West Dubuque, going head to head here. So it should be a good duel either way.
Yeah, I think they're bringing an 18-7 record with them as they come over. So then Saturday, Independence will travel up to Osage. The varsity JV will stay home with for the home Independence JV tournament, wrestling that on 4 mats. But up at Osage, you're going to see Cass-Mantorville, Minnesota, who's top-ranked program up there, and as well as Osage, Clear Lake, and Humboldt, I believe.
Yeah. Same thing. Caston's always really well. It's a team from Minnesota. They usually have a real solid lineup. And then Osage, Clear Lake, and Humboldt. It's nice to wrestle them because they're 2A teams. We did see Osage at the beginning tournament of the year at the Independence tournament. We don't run into Humboldt during the year, and we don't really run into Clear Lake other than maybe at the Battle of Waterloo. So, anytime you're going against 2A, same school, Iowa team, those are duels you definitely want to win. I'm kind of a greedy person. I want to win all the duels, but those 3 duels are really important because they're in our division in our league. So yeah, looking forward to it. Osage is usually good wrestling. Kids like to go there. It's kind of a different environment, so I think the kids enjoy it.
All right, Matt. So the wrestling up at Osage starts at, I believe, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I think that's right. There'll be I think we wrestle 4 duels in a row, and then we're done. So.
Sure, and we're working on seeing about getting a Ustream feed up there, but there will be a Ustream feed Thursday night for those of you that can't make it. So, anything else you would like to add?
No, I just think the guys have been working really hard. Sometimes they don't realize where we're headed. Maybe at the end, they kind of think short term, but they've been getting worked really hard right now and in January, and then the philosophy is you put in that hard work now, and then February kind of taper back a little bit, and hopefully they feel rested and ready to go more in February. But right now they're getting pushed pretty hard, and they've responded by working hard in practice, and we got some morning runs that we've been doing, and we got some weightlifting that we've been doing, and it's challenging them mentally and physically. And for some of those younger kids, those freshmen and even sophomores, and we do have some junior high kids coming in, it's a challenge to them every day. So, but they keep coming back, and as a result of that, they're getting better. And I think in competition, you're starting to see that now. So, looking forward to what's ahead of us.
All right. So when we come back, Coach Doyle is going to interview some wrestlers here for the rest of the program. So we'll see you on the other side of the break.
The Mustangs are off to a hot start. Football, volleyball, and cross country raise the bar, and we hope you won't let the threat of winter cool the fun. Join the Mustangs all this winter as the Mustang boys and girls enter Mat Conference, play against a loaded division of basketball powerhouses. Don't forget the other boys of winter on the wrestling mat will be in search of a repeat trip to state later this winter. Keep up to date with a full activity schedule by visiting www.wamakconference.org, and we'll see you at the stable.
All right, it's Coach Doyle here at Mustang Mat Chat, and joining me right now is Jake Jewell, and we're just going to have Jake talk a little bit about last week. He won some, I can think of 3 matches that were against ranked opponents, and we won all 3 of them. So let's, Jake, welcome to the program, and can you just talk to us a little bit about your match with Isaac Judge from South Tama?
Well, I knew it was going to be a tough one. I went out there thinking that I had to get as many shots off as I could because he's very defensive, and I knew the more shots I took, the more tired he was going to be. And, well, it felt good because it's been on my mind every night for the past probably 6 weeks since the South Tama duels, and it was really nice just to go out there and get him no matter how close it was.
Yeah, I thought you did a great job staying in good position and, like you said, attacking him. And then talk a little bit about the Benton Community Tournament. I know in your bracket you had 4 ranked opponents and had some tough semifinals match and tough finals match. So talk a little bit about how you performed on Saturday.
Well, my semifinals match I knew it was going to be tough, but I knew if I went out there and did the same thing, just took as many shots as I could, I was probably going to dominate him, and that's what I did. I just kept hearing Locken out of the corner, seeing Locken out of the corner of my eye, telling me to shoot and shoot after let him up, pressure him up, and eventually I just looked up the clock and it was out, and it was 18-6.
Yeah, that was against Paulson from Don Bosco, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the finals, you wrestled a tough Cedar Rapids Jefferson kid. Can you talk about that match?
Yeah, he was probably about as strong as anyone I've ever wrestled, and probably out as quick as me, so it was kind of weird. So when I went out there, I had a game plan, just keep moving him and just keep on my feet and hopefully not get thrown. And that's exactly what I did. I got a couple fakes to a snap and then went around and scored some points and a nice duck under, and then I ended up winning the match.
Yeah. So Jake was Bobcat champion at 160 pounds and did an awesome job for us. Talk a little bit about what's coming up here. I know we wrestled Thursday. Talk a little bit about that duel and the team, maybe a little about the team.
West Dubuque is a team that, as a person in high school, I've never beat. I know my freshman year we didn't get to wrestle them because it was like it's too windy or snowy or something out.
Yeah, it's a weather issue, I think. And there's a crossover duel, so they're on the other side.
And then sophomore duel, I don't think we even wrestled them. And then my last year I was sick during that duel. So personally, I've never wrestled them, but as a team, I don't think we've ever beat them in my high school career. So it's going to be nice to go out there and pound on them.
Yeah, and it's a home duel and it's parents' night this Thursday night. So, well, Jake, we appreciate what you're doing for the wrestling program, working really hard, being a good leader on our team, and keep it up.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm here, Coach Doyle, back here on Mustang Mat Chat. Joining me now is Reed Lewin, freshman here at Independence High School. Reed did, we're going to recap a little bit about his performance this past week on the mat. And we'll start with Thursday night. Reed wrestled JV against South Tama. Just talk a little bit about your match Thursday night and what happened and how it went.
Well, it was a really quick match. I don't remember much. I just remember beforehand I was working myself up and getting all ready and got out onto the mat. The kid wasn't as strong as I thought he was. So it was just really simple, and I snapped him down and then got in the side cradle and pinned him.
So yeah, pinned him in the first period, pretty fast pin. And do you like going out and attacking your opponents right away and putting them on the rack and pin them? Is that kind of your plan or strategy?
Not all the time. Sometimes I try to be a bit more defensive. It's not very smart sometimes, but it's what I'm more going towards.
Yeah, so it worked out for you Thursday night. So talk a little bit about Saturday. I know you wrestled in the JV tournament at Benton Community Saturday. Talk a little bit about your 3 matches and kind of how you did.
The first match was pinned him in the first quarter. The second one was a forfeit, and the third one was tough. The kid got kept shooting double legs, and I couldn't get them off my legs for a while, so I wasted a lot of time there. It was hard to get out of that. First match was pretty easy. The kid wasn't bad, but it was more of an equalized match, and I just got lost. My mom calls it the Tasmanian, and just getting angry. So that's what.
So your mom's helping you out a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
So anyway, Reed ended up getting second place, right? Second place in your bracket on the JV tournament at Benton Community, and has been working really hard this year as a freshman and improving each week. And we look for big things to come from Reed in the future. So.
Arts, athletics, and academics. 3 A's that describe the Mustangs. With a rich history in all areas, the Mustangs strive to be the standard for excellence on all fronts. A school district second to none where students have numerous opportunities to achieve, excel, compete, and experience championship outcomes. The Independence Community School District will set you up for success during and after your career as a Mustang. Visit www.independence.k12.ia.us to learn more about how you can live the Mustang way and truly be second to none.
Looking to learn more about what the Mustangs are up to? Tune in to AVTN, your official home for all things Mustangs. Here at AV Tech Network News, we pride ourselves in producing professional-looking newscasts filled with the positive events and projects ongoing within our district and honoring those who accomplish truly great things. Tune in online or through social media as we produce and share a newscast each month, updating you on the very latest with our school district on your home for all things Mustangs.
Okay, we got Coach Doyle here, back Mustang Mat Chat, and joining me now is Braden Holt, Independence 8th grader. Braden, thanks a lot for being on the program. Braden is, like I said, an 8th grader. Their season finished in December. And Braden, I noticed you've been coming into high school practice nearly every day now. What's your plan, or why are you doing that?
Well, I'm gonna be wrestling next year, and I'm thinking I'm gonna try to do like 106. And I need to get a lot better, so I just need to keep coming in and working hard.
Okay, so you have a goal in mind already for next year. You're kind of thinking about what you want to do, and so you're taking steps towards that right now to improve as most you can and have a shot next year. Is that right?
Yep.
So part of that is, I know Saturday you wrestled in a pretty tough Linn-Mar tournament. Talk a little bit about that, your experience, and maybe what place you got and how you did.
All right. I went there. I was pretty nervous. I had gone to Prairie before that and didn't do too good. So I went to Linn-Mar and I got second.
Maybe talk a little bit about your matches. Talk about your semifinal match, how that went.
I had the forfeit first round, so I was automatically in the semifinals. And I won that one. I wasn't feeling too good, but yeah, I won that one.
What was the score of your semifinal match?
I think it was 5-2.
5-2. And then in the finals, you had a tough kid from Bosco, I think, didn't you? In the finals, pretty good, wrestled quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, and do you think this experience is going to help you as you get older and mature a little bit and get into the high school?
Yeah, I'm going to keep going to tournaments and getting tougher and get more mat time.
So, all right, so Braden Holt, getting more mat time, we appreciate that. Thanks a lot for being on the program. Okay, it's Coach Doyle here, Mustang Mat Chat, and joining me now is Joe Preeb, Independence freshman. And Joe, thanks a lot for coming to the show. Joe's going to talk a little bit about, he went to a different tournament than Reed did. He went to, actually competed in a varsity tournament at Gladbrook Rhinebeck. And Joe wrestled 4 matches, ended up getting second place, I believe. So maybe just talk a little bit about your performance on Saturday and how it went.
It was my first varsity tournament, and the first 2 matches went really well. I think I pinned him in just over a minute, and then the next one I lost, I think, in the first period, and then the next one was a little tougher match. He took me down 3 times, and then I finally got taken down and pinned him in the second period.
So, like, wrestling, Joe mostly wrestles on JV level. So, like, kind of talk a little bit about maybe your mindset. Were you a little more nervous, or did you approach it like any other match, knowing that you're wrestling against some other team's varsity kids?
No, I wasn't really more nervous. It was just like a normal match for me. Just go out there and do your best.
And maybe talk a little bit about how's practice going, and how do you feel like you're progressing this year as a wrestler?
I think I'm getting a lot better, and practice is all right. I don't know. It's hard, and I don't know. I like wrestling, I guess.
So, okay, so Joe Prieb, Independence, went to Gladbrook, got second place, did a good job, has been working really hard for our program, as all these kids have. This Thursday, we wrestle West Dubuque. Are you looking forward to that match here at home?
I am.
So we're really excited to wrestle here at home, 6 o'clock. Thursday night, we wrestle Walmack tournament, or Walmack conference opponent in Western Dubuque. It's also Parents' Night, so if you can come out. We'll do 2 mats for JV, starting at 6 o'clock, and then varsity will probably wrestle around 7:30, and we'll break that down into 1 mat, and it'll be a really good two teams ranked in the top 10, so we're looking forward to it.